to do first, what I want to do first is just start using our hands, and we do that because it gives us a focus. Now, I was speaking with one of you this week about the word feeling, and we often say we're feeling something. Some people are very high in their sensitivity of feeling, and they'll feel it. Others, your sensitivity comes in a different way. So it's more like, if you think of what are you noticing, what are you seeing, what are you hearing, or what do you just know is happening? What do you sense is happening? So to start with, let's just take one hand up a little bit. Mine are a little bit higher just for this demonstration so you can see it. So you can take it up and then bring it down where it's comfortable and just notice. Focusing on whatever is coming up for you, what you're feeling, sensing. Maybe if you look, you might see. Whatever is coming up for you, and then take the other hand up and then bringing that down just slowly so that your hands are opposite each other. You're focusing your hands opposite each other, and you're noticing and feeling, moving them not together but separately. So just noticing what is there. You might hear a sound, you might feel it's like a pressure difference. I was practicing this before and I was getting it in my toes. I felt something in my toes shift. So it's just perhaps even looking, seeing what you might see and playing with it. See if you stretch your hands out further. Does it feel different? So I'm feeling that down sort of in my gut. I feel a sensation as I move one hand. And you're just tuning into what you get for you, what you're noticing. So when I do healing, when I do distance healing, or when I do healing for myself, I usually do start with my hands for a short amount of time, and then I just let them go. You don't need to necessarily continue with the hands. That gives you a focus if you do need to have a focus, but you don't need to continually do that with your hands. You can just relax and go from there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a picture up so that you can look at that instead of me for a moment. And I'm going to ask you to, well, let's focus on that picture for a moment. That was a sunrise last week I took down at the beach. Before the sunrise. I find that the most magical time for me. So what you can do now is close your eyes. You can keep your hands in the air if you want, or you can just relax your hands down, close your eyes, and continue to notice whatever you're noticing with the frequencies. We're going to do something a little bit different today and going out, expanding around from where we are. So I wanted to just make sure we're first anchored in our physical body. So we have two parts. We have our physical and our spiritual. The real you is your spirit. And we're in a physical body. So with your physical body, just make sure that you're comfortable, adjust if you need to a little bit. And notice that you're anchored firmly into the ground. Imagine that you're centered and feeling very anchored on Mother Earth. And we're connected to Earth. We are part of the Earth. And as spirit, we're connected to the sky and the universe. So we're connected as spirit out from our planet to the ley lines of the Earth, out to the planet. And we are in tune, especially if you've had your personal reconnection, which I know a lot of you have. Means you're really in tune with that. You'll be at the right place at the right time. You'll sense things that are happening around you and know where you need to be. I feel that I'm always, it's like trusting my intuition, trusting my instinct to just know what the right thing to do is, make sure that I always will be in the right place. So once you're connecting to the source of these frequencies, which I believe are the new frequencies of our planet, I call it the new frequencies, and I always have, because I think that's what it is. It's we're vibrating at a higher level. Well, some of us are. We're starting to. Others are awakening and starting to realize that they are spirit. Our physical body is very temporary. It's our temple while we're here. We need our physical body and we need to take care of it, but it is only temporary. So it's really our soul, our spirit that we want to focus on right now. So we're starting as a soul, as spirit, to vibrate at that higher level, a higher frequency. We're holding more light. And wherever we go, the darkness has just got that little bit more light to help it to see. Imagine your light is expanding around the area you're in. So the room you're in now, your light is expanding out from there. And everything in the room that you're in is now vibrating at a higher level. Anyone that comes into that area is going to notice that because you've changed it a little bit. If they don't like that, they won't be there. From there, move out to the building you're in. So it could be your home, it could be somewhere else that you are. Just imagine your light expanding and your vibration expanding around that whole area and around the boundary of that building, so that you're putting a positive influence into that area. From there, you're just going to expand your light. So you're still staying grounded in your body, but expanding your light out into your local area. Anywhere that you visit, anywhere that you work, just touching on people that you know or that you interact with. Could be shops you go to, parks that you go to, beaches. Imagine your light spread around that whole area. Imagine everyone you meet in your business life. and all the business you do, no matter what that is, that you're able to share that light, that higher vibration with those people, even if it's just buying a coffee in the morning, that you share your light, your love, and that healing with them. Anyone in your social, so anyone that you just casually might see somewhere, and anyone in your personal, your family, friends, those close to you, your pets. Don't forget our wonderful pets who really are here to serve and to support us, especially at the moment during these difficult times. Remember, as a soul in the universe, you're free. So we have no lockdown, we have no boundaries as a soul. We're not limited to anything. We want to expand from our local area now out further around our entire country. So some of us are in different countries. Just moving it right around your country. As you do, sensing any areas that you feel need a little bit more attention, bringing a little bit more light to it. Any people that might come to mind. Just by focusing on anything that comes to mind, we're sharing our light and our love with them. So we're not giving them, we're not sending it to them, we're just receiving, and they then are free to receive for themselves. We're going to move out to include the other countries in our area. So we're in the Asia Pacific area, so we want to include Australia and New Zealand and Asia in that. Include all of those areas and all of the people in those areas. Our part of Mother Earth in those areas, feeling the pressure that it's been under. It's been letting it go a little bit, which is a good thing. If you think of it like the earth is having a healing crisis, it's gathered up enough strength to be able to release and let go of some of the pressure. And we're part of the earth, so the people are also doing that. What we want to do now, let's go around. We'll include the rest of the countries on our whole planet. So we'll go across to India, Africa, and up to the Northern Hemisphere. We've expanded our light out to the whole planet. And we want to imagine the planet going back into balance. Things have been out of balance. That's what's been going on. So because they're out of balance, imagine it getting back into balance. The areas that have just not been working, and there are many of them, I'm not going to go into them, you know what they are. There's many areas where things have just got too much, and I think the earth is rejecting and rebelling, finding people to do that for her. There are voices in all of that, but that's not important. What's important is we see that balance, and we can be part of bringing that balance back to the planet just by holding our light for our planet, for everyone on it, for those who especially need help right now, for those who are really out of balance. There's a lot of people getting a lot of pressure for many different reasons. Let's see them going back into balance. and having realizations. So in a way, we're holding the light for them. We think about our politicians. We can see that they're starting to wake up and become aware of what's going on a bit more. Those who might be sick, those who have stress, those who have suicidal thoughts and depression at the moment. There's a lot of people who are wondering what to do. Our light can just touch on them and help them have a little spark of enlightenment, of hope, and of happiness. No matter where they are on the planet. We're now going to go a little bit further out. So you start to realize that your life on the planet is the blinking of the eye in the span of eternity. It's very short. It's not that important. Nothing here is that important. As a soul, you are eternal. You're free. So we're just going to let everything of planet Earth go for a moment. Just let it dissolve down, and we're going to expand further out into our universe. As a soul, you can just let go of the earth and all of the worries, pressures, problems, thoughts. Just let that go for a minute. None of it matters. As a soul, you're free. So we're going to go out, and I'm going to stop talking just for a couple of minutes to give you time to just be at one and have that time out, soaking in that positive light that's there. If there's anything there you don't like while you're there, realize you're in charge and just let it go. Move on. You're in charge of this, so just letting it go, finding the positive things that you want to see there, and shining your light. You also might notice that you're not alone. There are many other lights as well. And you'll graduate towards people that are like you. They might have form, or they might just look like lights, but it feels comfortable. It feels like home. It feels like you. If you try moving around, you might find that you can move very quickly because there are no limits. Now just start to come back slowly, back from the universe, back into Earth. So moving back into our planet, bringing some positive light and energy with you. Bring that in and touching it on the areas you were maybe thinking of before where you feel there might be a need. Coming back into your own country, into your city, suburb, and where you are now. Just keeping your eyes closed, noticing you're back in your body again. You notice the materialness of your body. it's strong, it's grounded, and you bring back that memory that you are of the universe, that you're free, you're unlimited. There are no limits as a soul. And just regrouping your experience. What was a highlight of what happened on that little journey? Coming back now right into your body, moving your toes and fingers a little bit, opening your eyes. Moving your shoulders and body a little bit so that you make sure you are 100% back here, back on the planet, back in your body. And thank you.